Now, see, today we are going to start with the third lecture of the thermodynamics. Okay. In the last lecture, we have finished with the first law of thermodynamics and zeroth law of thermodynamics. We have finished up to zeroth law of thermodynamics and first law of thermodynamics. We are continuing from zeroth law and first law. Okay. So from the first law itself, we have studied as if it is required for the general purpose. If we wanted to apply it, if we want to apply it for the chemistry, then we have to make some modifications. Okay. So application of the first law of thermodynamics for chemical process. Okay. The topic which we are going to start with the application, making modification in first law of thermodynamics. First law of thermodynamics. Earlier we have studied delta U is equal to Q plus W. Okay, up to here we have studied in our previous lecture. In our previous lecture, we have studied up to here. Okay, and we have studied there are two types of heats: heat at constant pressure and heat at constant volume. Okay, so QP and QV. Out of this, now it is modified and written as delta H. Okay, QP is also called as what? Delta H. QP is also called as delta H and QV is also called as delta U. QP is called as delta H and QV is called as delta U. Okay. So QP is always greater than QV. QP is always greater than QV. That is because here there are two things is to be done. One is first to increase temperature. Some of the heat given to it, okay, will used in increasing temperature, and some of the energy will be used in doing the work. Okay, so here there is no change in the pressure, there is no change in the volume, so only temperature will be increasing. What will be increasing? Only temperature will be increasing. That's why we require less amount of energy to change the certain temperature. To change the certain temperature, suppose if we want to increase the temperature by 2 degree, okay, this is the temperature change. For that, if you are doing the same process to increase the temperature at constant pressure, if you are doing, suppose we have to require 30 kilojoules. Okay. Here, if you are doing the same process is same. What is the process here? Increasing the temperature by 2 degree. Here we require around 40 kilojoules. Sorry, less than 30, that is 20 kilojoules. Why? Because that extra 10 kilojoules we are using, that is been converted into work. Okay, here pressure is constant. To keep the pressure constant, what we have to do? To keep the pressure constant, what we have to do? We have to increase the volume. For increasing the volume is work done by the system. Increase in volume means expansion. Expansion means work done by the system. That means some of the heat given by us will be utilized in different purpose. Some of the heat given by us will be utilized for some other purpose. What is that purpose? To do the extra work. What is that work? Expansion work. Understood? Now this is first law of thermodynamics for all process. To make it applicable, for chemical process, we have to make some modification. Okay. So let us take A moles of A react with B moles of B. Okay. To form C moles of C and D moles of D. To form C moles of C and D moles of D. Okay. So this is the equation. Now here all of them are in, let us take all of them are in gaseous state. Okay. All of them are in gaseous state. Okay. So this process can be applied for a chemical process by using the first law of thermodynamics. Okay. So for that, delta H is equal to delta U plus P delta V. Delta U plus P delta V. This is the first law of thermodynamics for applicable for every process. But here there is no term like reactant and product. To introduce the terms into the reactant and product, what we have to do? We have to use the ideal gas equation. We have to use what? Ideal gas equation. Okay. So here P delta V means P into volume of product minus volume of reactant. Okay, volume of product and volume of reactant. Okay, this is the P delta V. Now, by using the PV is equal to nRT. Okay, so if we write here number of moles of product, this volume will be volume of the product. Okay, if we are writing here number of moles of product, obviously the volume will be of the product. Okay, same way, if you write here reactant, PV is equal to N reactant into RT, then this volume will be N reactant. Okay, so that means instead of V, what we can write nRT by P. What we can write nRT by P. Otherwise, P into V product. What we can write N product into RT. Okay, so by substituting this value in the given equation, so PV to the V products, PV products, P into V product can be written as N product into RT. Okay, same way N reactant into RT. Okay, so what we can write N product minus N reactant. Okay, into RT. What we can write here, N product minus N reactant into RT. Okay, this will be delta N. What it is going to be? Delta N RT. But to make it feasible for the reaction, we are using the ideal gas equation. This delta N is to be taken. This delta N value is to be taken only for the substances which are in gaseous state, delta Ng. Okay, so I am taking wherever P delta V is there, this is the derivation in that place. Now I can write delta Ng. Okay, so I am substituting here. Delta H is equal to delta U plus, in place of P delta V, what I can write? Delta Ng into RT. What I can write? Delta Ng into RT. Now this equation, this format is suitable for application. This format is applicable for all equations. Okay, this is applicable for all chemical equations. Earlier this was applicable only for physical process. Okay, where there is no reactant, there is no product, that time what we will do, we will add this one. Okay, if you are using it for the reaction, we will use this one. Okay, both represent same only, depending on the question. If the question is consisting of reactant and product, then we will use this one. If the question is consisting of volume change, then what we will do? We will use this one. Okay, like this. Both equations are required. Depending on the question, we will select only one formula out of it. Understood? Now, for the time being, we will do it through the numericals, this formula. Okay. Now we are going to use some modification, some comparison. Okay. So delta H and delta U. From this formula, it appears to be, delta H is always greater than, as it is plus is there. Okay, on adding something, we are going to get this one. So from this formula, we will get an imagination that always delta H will be greater than delta U. Okay, but it is not so. Okay. Okay, but now it is delta H may be greater than delta U. Delta H may be less than delta U. Delta H sometimes may be equal to delta U. Okay, but what is the factor which decides that? That factor is the sign of the delta Ng, not even value. The sign of the delta Ng will decide which is greater, which is lesser, or whether they are equal or not. Okay, so let us take delta Ng is negative. Okay, so depending on delta Ng only, to make this as a greater, this has to be positive. So when delta Ng is positive, then delta H will be greater than delta U. When delta Ng is negative, then this, after subtracting from this, you will get delta H. Understood? When delta H is 0, then they both will be same. Again, further, when it is possible, when number of moles of product and number of moles of reactant. Okay, there should be a comparison. There should be a comparison between NP and NR. There should be a comparison between NP and NR. Okay, so to make it positive, NP should be greater than NR. To make it positive value, what we have to do? We have to take number of moles of gaseous product should be greater than number of moles of reactant product. Okay, so when this is there, when they both are equal, that is the condition. Okay, if reactant gaseous moles are more, then this is going to be negative. That time delta H is going to be less than the delta U. Okay, is it understood, students? Now this is the formula and its application. Okay, now when you are solving the numericals, people are getting difficulty. People are getting difficulty where to substitute delta H and where to substitute delta U. Okay, so if there is a word called as bomb calorimeter, okay, in the question, if you somewhere you find bomb calorimeter, okay, what calorimeter? Bomb calorimeter word is used. Actually, in bomb calorimeter there is no chance of increase in volume. Okay, in bomb calorimeter, what is the problem? Delta V is equal to 0. Okay, it is robust one, therefore volume can never increase, volume can never decrease. So to keep the volume constant, whatever the heat given to it, that will be delta U. Okay, so if some sentence says that, if some sentence says that there is a 20 kilojoules of heat, 20 kilojoules of heat released, 20 kilojoules of heat released in a experiment carried out in bomb calorimeter, the 20 kilojoules is what? Delta U. Understood? And if 20 kilojoules of heat released in a reaction carried out in open container, in which container? Open container. That means pressure is constant. That time what you will use? Delta H. Okay. So these words only will make, you should make understand while solving the numerical. Okay. So if you don't understand that words, then you may land up, even though you know formula, but if you don't know where to substitute, you will not get good marks. Understood? So this is the first law of thermodynamics application to the chemical equation. Understood? Now there are most of the problem comes when it is a graph question. Okay, when it is a graph question. Now let us take a PV graph. Which graph? PV graph questions will be there, but mostly what you will do, you are going to study in the physics also the same chapter. Okay, now let us take otherwise I will make it. Okay, suppose this is a cyclic process. Cyclic process means after starting from A to B, B to C, C to D, and again we reached back to the A. The initial stage and final stage, both are same. This is the condition where initial condition and final condition both are same. Then it is called as a, then it is called as what? Cyclic process. From here to here. Okay. So A to B, what is changing here? Volume is increasing, okay, and pressure is constant. That means it is pressure is constant, isobaric. What it is? Isobaric, and volume is increasing. So it is expansion. What it is? Isobaric expansion. Okay. Now B to C. Here volume remain constant, pressure is increasing. So it is isochoric. What it is? Isochoric. So pressure is increasing. Okay. So pressure is increasing. Next C to D. C to D volume is decreasing. That is a compression. What it is? Compression, but it is isobaric compression. Okay. Isobaric compression. From here to here, volume is fixed, but pressure is increasing. Okay. So this is also what it is, isochoric. What it is? Isochoric. Like that, from the graph, what you have to do? You have to identify a process, whether it is isobaric or isochoric from the PV graph. Okay. And area under curve will decide about the work done. Okay. Work done is directly proportional to area under curve. Okay. So if the area under curve is more, then the work done also will be more. Is it understood? Now, always the same process can be carried out in reversible and irreversible. Okay. If work done in the reversible pattern, it is 2.303 RT into log V2 upon V1. Okay. V2 upon V1. If it is pressure is given, then it will be 2.303 RT into log P1 by P2. Okay. So this is to be used when there are condition. What are the two, some words it should be mentioned. What are that third words? What it should be? Isothermal. The process should be isothermal, because see here, temperature, only one temperature is taken. Okay. And reversible. What it should be? Reversible. Okay. And another word should be used, ideal gas. So after making sure that these three words are available, okay, what are the three words? It should be reversible, isothermal, and ideal. It should be reversible, isothermal, and ideal gas. Okay, then only we can use this formula. Okay, if it is not given, then W is equal to minus P delta V. Okay, this is applicable almost everywhere. Without knowing anything, without understanding, without following conditions, you can find out. Okay, but both formula, if you are using, value and process is same. If it is irreversible, okay, if it is irreversible, this formula. If it is reversible, this formula. And for the same condition, if you use both of them, answer will be more here. Okay, if the same process carried out in reversible manner and irreversible manner. Okay, so W reversible is always greater than W irreversible. Okay, reversible means it should be carried out infinitesimally slowly. How it should be carried out? It should be carried out infinitesimally slowly. Then we will be able to find out reversible reversible process. If it is carried out in sudden step, it should be if it is carried out in sudden process, then it is called as irreversible process. Is it understood? So this is about the first law of thermodynamics into when it is applied to the, when it is applied to what? Chemical equations. Where it is applied? Chemical equations. Okay. Now all of you write a question. All of you write a question. 1 mole of non-ideal gas. 1 mole of non-ideal gas undergoes a change of state. A change of state from 2 atm, 3 liter and 95 Kelvin This is the initial condition. Okay, from this condition, 1 mole of non-ideal gas undergoes. Okay, so 1 mole of non-ideal gas undergoes change in state from 2 atm 3 liter, 2 atm 3 liter 95 Kelvin, 95 Kelvin to 4 atm 4 atm 5 liter and 245 Kelvin and 245 Kelvin. Okay, so then, and internal energy increased by 30 liter atmosphere. What liter atmosphere? 30 liter atmosphere. Okay, then enthalpy change enthalpy change in liter atmosphere is. Okay, this is the question. 1 mole of non-ideal gas undergoes a change of state from 2 atmosphere 3 liter 95 Kelvin. Okay, so 1 mole of non-ideal gas undergoes change from the 2 atmosphere 3 liter and 95 Kelvin. 95 Kelvin to 4 atm 5 liter and 245 Kelvin. And there is a change in internal energy also. It is increased by 30 liter atmosphere. You have to find out enthalpy change. That two units must be in liter atmosphere. Okay, this is the question. Try to solve and tell me the answer. In this question, there are no words like ideal gas. There are no words like process is carried out reversibly. Process is carried out reversibly. It means that we have to use normal formula. Okay, delta H is equal to delta U plus P delta V. Okay, but problem is that here both cases pressure is changing. Okay, then what formula you will use? Then we will use P2V2. Okay, final. P2V2 minus P1V1. This is the formula we will use. Is it understood? Okay, so by using this, delta U is already given 30 liter atmosphere. What is given? 30 liter atmosphere is already given. Okay, P2, second condition, 4 into 5. Okay, minus P1V1, 2 into 3. Okay, so this will be 30 plus this is 6 and 20. This will be 14. That means 44 liter atmosphere. Okay. I think everybody is aware about the conversion of liter atmosphere. Conversion of liter atmosphere into the joules. We have to multiply with 101.3. Okay. 1 liter atmosphere. 1 liter atmosphere is equal to 101.3 joules. Okay, so when you multiply it with 44 with 101.3, then what you will get? You will get value into the joules, but answer is required only in the joules. That's why we need not to convert it into the joules. Okay,